Every so often, people will come into the comment section and ask a question like, does it ever get any easier working on your homestead? What would you tell them?
No, heck no.
There's always another tree to cut, logs to cut and split, another load of firewood to stack, something that needs repairing,
In the center.
another improvement you've been meaning to get to. The seasons don't wait. Winter keeps coming, gardens keep growing, equipment keeps wearing out. So you learn to keep moving forward, one project at a time.
That may seem like a lot of work for old farts like us.
And it is. It's also one of the things we really enjoy doing. It gives us a lot of satisfaction to see what we've been able to accomplish, especially at our age. Well, everything we do gets us a little further along the path. We're getting a little more comfortable now. We've got more nice things because of the hard work that we do. So that's one of the payoffs for living on a homestead like we are.
Got to get used to it, though, being in the middle of the wilderness.
Well, the one thing everybody out there, all you folks watching this, need to understand, if you're contemplating this, you're never going to ever get caught up. There's always going to be things that you're going to have to do. I mean, you're always preparing for 1 or 2 winters ahead. If you're going to survive, we heat with wood for the most part. So you're never going to get caught up on it with your work. And if you think you are, you got a big surprise coming.
That is a fact.
Yeah, there's always another project waiting around the corner for you. And we've got a whole bunch of them coming up here the rest of this summer and into the fall. Anyway, stay tuned. Let's get on with the video. We've got our latest pile of logs ready to go. I got my little helper ready to start helping me lift them. If you've seen our previous firewood videos, you'll recognize this bucking rack. We originally built it a few years ago and later upgraded it into a dedicated firewood processing center. I'll link that playlist below if you'd like to see how it all came together. Place. All of this work and all of this wood isn't for today. It's for the 6 months of cold when the temperatures can drop to 30 below in January and February. Getting it split, stacked, and properly seasoned now means better heat, less creosote, and one less thing to worry about when winter arrives. Well, you know what they say. You don't take care of your tools, they won't take care of you. We just want to that edge a little sharpness, and that's it. Let's give that a try. Instead of paying to have chains sharpened, which can get pretty darn expensive real fast, and I have some personal experience with that, or replacing them more often than necessary, I picked up this $35 chain sharpener. It sharpens quickly, gives consistent results, and after only a handful of sharpenings, it's already paid for itself. I've done an entire video showing exactly how I use it if you're interested. And there we have it. A nice sharpened chain. Alright. Okey-dokey. Get our chain tightened up. Adjust this properly so we don't have a chain that ends up getting too loose or too tight. Neither one of them is good for it. All right. We've got a little bit of flex down here, which is about enough. So at this point, you want to check this after you started using it because constant upward pressure on it is going to loosen it. Plus the chain tends to heat up and stretch a bit. So you want to check that after you're going good. Nothing worse than a chain flying off. All right. I believe we've got that done. The garden is really starting to take off, but that also means the weeds are growing like, well, weeds. Val and I have been putting in some time getting between the rows to clear them out before they choke out the crops.
Well, we got a flower or two.
We managed to pound in a few stakes for our netting for the peas to climb. All right, ooh, we got squash. Even Angel keeps us company out here, though she's mostly just supervising things. The payoff is definitely showing, though. We've got some squash coming in nicely, the beans are looking healthy, and the peas are filling out beautifully. To make things a bit easier, we have the overhead misting and sprinkler system up and running inside the garden enclosure. It gives everything a perfectly uniform soak, keeping the plants happy and saving us a ton of time during these hotter July days.
This on the chair. Oh, fuck, this is it.
It's time to move inside for a project that's been on our radar for a while now. A much-needed kitchen refresh. The original shelving that wrapped around our kitchen windows had definitely seen better days. It was originally built out of green mill lumber, and over time that wood started to warp and discolor as the sap bled through. It just wasn't holding up, so it was time for them to go.
All that
Rather than custom building replacements this time around, we opted for a simpler route. We picked up some basic standard off-the-shelf cabinets that fit the existing spaces on either side of the window. So now it was time to get those old shelves torn down and prep the wall for their new kitchen cabinets. Once the original screw and nail holes had been patched up and the kitchen walls ready for that fresh coat of paint, the difference would be like night and day. To make these standard units match the cabinets we already have, Val got to work adding some finished trim to the exposed sides, sanded and prepped the surfaces for paint, taped them off, and gave them a quick prime, ready for a fresh coat of matching paint. After painting the new cabinets, it was time to get them up and into their final places on the wall. While we were at it, we fabricated a couple of extra matching shelves to put inside them, maximizing our storage for those smaller everyday items. We also added an above-the-fridge cabinet to tie the whole wall together and give the kitchen a really clean, finished look. Before we could call the structural work done, we had to address the homemade butcher block countertops. They've experienced some minor shrinkage as the wood dried out completely over time. We made some quick adjustments to get them sitting perfectly flush again. The last remaining step to wrap up the space completely will be finding the right kitchen window curtains and a matching curtain for the door. It's a lot of little details, but it really revitalizes the heart of the home. Val usually handles the mowing, and it's just part of our never-ending summer chore list. A little seat time on the mower is always a good chance to clear the head and appreciate just how far the homestead has come this season.
This on a chair. Oh, fuck, this is it.
This past week has been a long one. We're ending it with the sounds of a crackling fire as we clean up the remains of all of the week's work. Sometimes progress doesn't happen in one big project. It happens one afternoon at a time. One load of firewood, one kitchen cabinet addition, one garden row, one improvement after another. And before long, you've built a life you're proud of. And if everything goes according to plan, we'll have one last major project coming your way in the next few months. We'll have more info for you on that soon.